Hello everybody, welcome to the Tube. A lot going on. Here's our lineup. Another Israeli startup bought by Google, and it's a good one. Department of Justice investigates Apple's streaming war. Former Grand Slam champion goes smart on the tennis court. Facebook's free web for the third world is still in hot waters. And the sad story behind the Ryan Gosling serial meme, but wait, there's more. Let's go. Google wants to get more serious about its calendar and task management tools, so the company has acquired Israeli app Timeful. If you're not familiar, Timeful launched an iOS app last July that drew on academic research on behavioral science to help you better organize and prioritize tasks on your calendar, creating a sort of calendar and to-do list hybrid. As the software learns your habits and schedule, it automatically prioritizes and allocates tasks around your free time. You can also train it to prioritize good habits, such as, well, going to the gym 3 times a week. Timeful is led by co-founders Dan Ariely, Yoav Shoham, and Jacob Bank. Ariely is a behavioral economist who writes a column for the Wall Street Journal. Good times, good luck. Now, playing tennis is fun, but how good are you as an amateur tennis player compared to other players out there? Well, wouldn't you like to know? So now Tel Aviv-based startup Pulse Play is the first completely integrated social ranking and scorekeeping wearable of its kind. Pulse Play settles a long-standing problem among amateur racket sport players: how to keep accurate and reliable scorekeeping. The stylish device, along with its online companion platform, can record game history and compare your scoring to others, so you can find someone at your level to play with. Check their Indiegogo video.
Amateur players don't have somebody keeping the score and rank like I did. In short, they don't have what the pros have. That's why I came up with Pulse Play, a wearable device synced to an app that just with a click of a button keeps the score for you and helps you focus on your game.
Andy, go help them out. I'll take it from here. So what's this professional playing experience we've created? Well, a professional playing experience is having Pulse Play keep the score for you, so you don't have to.
40 love.
It's having Pulse Play announce the score for you in one of 50 different voices. My favorite? Elvis. 40 love. It's having a record of all your match history, so you can view it at all times and see your improvements. A professional playing experience is having the first ranking system for amateur players, so we will finally know how good you are compared to your friends or other players from your country.
Yes, you saw it right. The CEO of Pulse is none other than 3-time Grand Slam tennis champion Andy Ram, and we are joined by this Israeli tennis legend to talk about the transition from the tennis court to the startup office. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? You were one of Israel's greatest athletes before you retired. How exactly do you decide to move from the sport field to the startup world?
Well, it's funny because most of the athletes, when they retire, they go and they automatically go and they coach. That's what the normal athletes, soccer players, tennis players, it's a comfort zone for them. I had this opportunity traveling for 8 months a year, different clubs all over the world. I realized there are 2 big problems for amateur players. I saw like a lot of people, they were fighting over the scores. I saw like they have the court, they rented for 1 hour. For 15 minutes, they were arguing, 15-30, no, it's 15-30, 30-15, 40-15. They fight a lot. That was the first problem. The second one was they couldn't find partners at their level. Most of the people, they play with 2-3 friends, and they can't find other players at their level to play with. So what was happening was that players would play with players that they would lose 6-love or win 6-love, and it's not fun to play with somebody that, you know, you lose 6-love. And that's why I came with
two
this.
Problems. One, it's hard to keep the scores. The second one is hard to find someone on your own level.
Exactly. Those are the main 2 problems you have.
So you decided, I'm not going to coach, I'm going to build a startup product?
I want to help the world. You know, I'm still going to stay in tennis in a different way.
But you're in the office now.
Exactly. I'm in the office. It's in a house. It's a house in Rishpon. It's a great place.
With a tennis court?
Not really ping pong. We have ping pong. A ping pong table. It's a different environment. It's not like an office, that you sit on the computer all day. We have a great team of people, and it's fun. It's something different. And after you finish with the tennis, so I thought I could stay in the comfort zone. I wanted to put some new goals and some new, I used to make all the big achievements in Wimbledon, French Open. I won Grand Slam. I wanted to look for the, excitement.
And are there any similarities? Because I'm assuming, it's a really harsh competition in the sport field, but it's also a very fierce competition in the high-tech world.
Well, it's kind of the same. It's the competition that I know in the tennis world is the same in the startup world. The highs and lows are the same. One day you go into investors and you get money and you high, then the second day when investors say, no, we are not interested, you're in low. So it's kind of the same. When you win a big match or you lose a big match, you bring the kind of the same stuff I'm experiencing on the professional tour and now in the real world, we're in the office. So the energy has to stay the same. You have to come up to the work, to do the same work every day, no matter what, to believe in your product,
yes.
No matter what other people said, and at the end of the day, you have to win.
So now you have the product here, I can see it, obviously.
Well,
so let's talk about the product itself. How does it work? What exactly is it?
You know what? I brought one, this is the first prototype. Obviously now Indiegogo is to find the money to finance the product. So each one of us is gonna wear one during a match. Yeah, it's nice, man.
Yeah,
it looks much better on you.
I know.
This is the first prototype. The second one is much nicer with you're gonna have here the screen. So we won't fight anymore like 30-15 or 2 love. We're gonna see it here on the screen.
Okay, so I put it, you put it.
I put it. Whoever wins a point. If I win a point, I press it like this, quick press, and we're gonna have the result on the side of our phone, of our tablet or whatever we played on the side. This is gonna be our scorekeeper. Then I took it for another level because I have the scorekeeper. I wanted to add some fun features. So when I used to play at Wimbledon or any other place, I had an announcer. I had somebody calling the score for me, 30-15, the guy at Wimbledon. So I added some nice features, like I'm gonna have an announcer. I put Obama as my umpire. It can be like 30-15 Obama is calling the score for me, Elvis Presley, different kind of characters. Then we take the match history. When I used to play Federer and Nadal, the big top players, I always before the match I knew when did I play against them, who won, what was the score. So we're gonna have the same. We won't fight anymore. Who won? You beat me. No, I beat you. No.
So you can see all my game history before you start playing with me.
So I bring the professional world to the amateur world. Now, when I have the match history between me and you, and we have lots of match histories, I went and I asked a professor from the Technion if he can help me, and we develop a world ranking system. At first, we're going to have a ranking within your friends and club where you play. Then you're going to have your ranking in your country, and then ranking in the world. So now it's going to be easy for you to find players at your level, not just players, at your level, which you're going to have fun to play with. And that was the whole idea behind this startup.
And why did you decide to go to Indiegogo with this project?
Oh, Indiegogo and no other platforms because first of all, Indiegogo, they have somebody, a representative in Israel. So I can talk to, he can help me to promote the product, to put it on the front page, send their emails. I have somebody to talk to. Other companies, they didn't have somebody in Israel. I had to contact them in the US by email. It's much more comfortable when you see somebody up front, you can talk to him, he knows me. He wants to promote it, not only because of the product, also because of me, which helps a little bit. And that was the main.
I'm sure that also using your name in a good way to go to crowd sourcing.
Exactly.
People know you, like you, appreciate you.
So Indiegogo is like obviously it's part of the money. Like it's gonna go to develop and the manufacture and everything of the product. But most of the money, I mean, we're looking for investor $1.5 million from investors. So I mean, the money from Indiegogo is a lot for marketing. The first day I'm going out in the market, I want to go with 5,000 people already in the ranking system I'm creating.
So if I'm buying it now on Indiegogo, when will I receive
You're going to receive it September, October. I think they said it on November, but the process I see now, I think it's going to be a little bit before. But we say November on the campaign. That's when we see. So
okay, so I then need to start learning how to play tennis,
or ping pong, or squash, or badminton,
or
any racket sport.
Any racket sport, and then I'll see you in court.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Okay, let's move on. Just ahead of its expected relaunch next month, the Beat Music streaming service, Apple is pushing labels to choke off free streaming options at competitors like Spotify. That's according to The Verge. The Department of Justice, the main leading US competition watchdog agency is interviewing music executives about these alleged practices. The report also says that Apple offered to pay YouTube's music licensing fee to Universal Music Group if the label stopped allowing its songs on YouTube. Apple acquired the Beat Music service last year in a $3 billion deal and is expected to relaunch it as a deeply integrated service for the iTunes Store. It's gonna get ugly. Now, after taking a lot of heat for its Internet.org platform, Facebook is trying to change the conversation. The social media monster announced that it was opening up its Internet.org services to all sites and not just the ones Facebook pre-selected. The news comes just weeks after several Indian publishers accused Internet.org of running afoul of net neutrality by working with mobile carriers to determine which websites qualify to be included on the central Internet.org app, available for free across the developing world. But developers can join the service only if they approve certain guidelines. Facebook guidelines. And to top it all, Internet.org can become a privacy nightmare, as almost everything you'll do on the service will be via Facebook. Here's Mark Zuckerberg trying to make the case for Internet.org just half a year ago. How innocent we all were.
You know, throughout history, there have always been inventions that have changed the world. The telephone, printing press, the television and radio, railways and automobiles. All these inventions changed our lives and changed society because they help connect people. When people are connected, we can accomplish some pretty amazing things. We can get closer to the people that we care about. We can get access to new jobs and opportunities and ideas. We can receive education and healthcare and communication and access to new services. But technology isn't progress by itself. Instead, it enables progress and a lot of the things that we care deeply about.
And now, stop the press. Journalism is not dead, at least not yet. The New York Times is set to reach a 1 million paying digital subscribers milestone sometimes this summer, according to CEO Mark Thompson during the company's earnings call last week. The Times struggled internally for years on whether it should charge for online content, finally deciding to go ahead with a paywall in 2011, turning digital subscription into an emerging business that generated nearly $170 million just last year, increasing 13.5% from the year before. However, the digital revenue is only 1/5 of the paper's total sales, but it's digital, and everything digital is better. Everybody knows that.
For many, many people around the world, climate change is going to change their lives in the worst way thinking.
When I met George, I was not looking for anybody.
I was a world champion sidecar racer in 1953.
In 2013, a Vine creator named Ryan McHenry started posting a series called Ryan Gosling Won't Eat His Cereal. In each Vine, McHenry held a spoonful of cereal up to a televised image of Gosling's stoned face. It soon became a popular Vine meme. Here are some moments of Gosling refusing to eat his cereal.
Characters in movies who have it all figured out and everything is and then he'll roll so that you just day. And we would have these days we just fought about. You think this is fun?
Well, you know, for a month. We lived in a house. I mean, we didn't, not nighttime because Michelle.
For a motorcycle, not a U-Haul truck. And he said, that's strange because
The sad story is that McHenry was diagnosed with osteosarcoma that same year and died Sunday at the age of 27. Monday night, Gosling made a vine of himself eating cereal in memory of McHenry, writing, "I feel very lucky to have been a part of his life in some small way." It's touching. Yeah, thank you, Ryan Gosling. You are lovely. Thank you very much. That's it. Show's over. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show of The Tube. Please log on to our Twitter and our Tumblr. It's, as always, TheTube24. And please remember, computers are stupid. They can only give you answers. That's not me. That's Pablo Picasso. Goodbye.